Hey YouTube, this is Triple J here. I want to show you how to use your green thumb and a modest garden to make some cash early on in the spring. Alright guys, we have a few different types of blueberries we're taking cuttings off, and a aloe vera. This right here is a Chandler blueberry. Produces a lot of limbs. These produces okay fruit. Over here we have a Duke blueberry. Produces large fruit, small clusters. And we have a pink lemonade blueberry. Very spindly, produces lots of little pink blueberries. A little sour, but great flavor. And then this aloe has been producing a few pups every few months. These you can sell for about $5 a piece. When you want to make your cuts for the propagation, you don't want to grab anything from the top. It'll be too flimsy and it'll start wilting off and won't recover. If you go down too low into the hardwood sections, say around here in the dark brown where the bark is, it won't want to root and it'll eventually rot off. If you really want to make it a supple but firm sections of soft wood here, again, you want that to be about 6 to 8 inch long cuts. You want to make your cut right below a node of the previous leaf. That way, these cells right here have more opportunity to become roots rather than anything else along here that's already dedicated to be capillaries and wood structure.
Here we have a container full of cocoa coir and vermiculite. I will be putting the cuttings in here to root up. There's not much nutrition in here. It's just simply there to hold water. I will separate the rooting clones out into individual pots at a later date to sell.
Alright, we're going to start our first cuttings off with the Chandler blueberry. Like I said, you want to go about 8 inches down. And you really want to start having a spot right below the node. I'm going to make my cut here. I want to need to use both hands, so I'll see you in a second. If your cutting has leaves, you want to strip off 2-3 nodes down, everything below. You don't want to damage the bark as little as possible along the way. And when you make your cut, you want it to be about as close to 45-degree angle as possible next to the nearest node. Those nodes have a little more plasticity and are able to adapt to different structures like roots, which we really want to increase the odds of. If you slice it rather than cut it with scissors or shears, you crush capillaries. Slicing this way allows it to be open like a drinking straw. If you slice it at a 45-degree angle, it gives a little more surface area and exposure for it to suck more water and more chances for roots to come out from there. Next one to get cuttings from will be the pink lemonade blueberry. I want to take probably a half dozen cuts from this one. There's a lot of material to work with, but space is a premium, but these fetch a lot of attention. Since most of the growth is pretty slender on here, do not be fooled into taking cuttings from the fat wood right here. Well, this is still pretty too far gone to be used. So we're going to start making cuttings from kind of rather fresh growth here. This is probably a month old. This one right here will make a better cutting. Probably take another cutting or so from down here. And probably here. When taking multiple cuttings, you might want to stick them into a glass of water. That way they don't suck up air and start drying out at the end, so it could happen quicker than expected. Last but not least of the cuttings will be from the Duke. It's definitely not the least because I love those large blueberries it gives. Unfortunately, this one did get eaten by a dog before I moved. As you can see, it recovered nicely. It's just not much to take here. I'll probably take 2 cuttings off of this one. Going to take one cutting from here, and I want to take a cutting from about here. Alright, that's it for all the blueberries. We got 3 of the Chandler on the left, We got 6 of the pink lemonade in the middle, and we got 2 of the Duke on the right. You can sell each of these if they were all to root and none of them to die off. We got about $110 sitting right here easily. That's $10 a piece. You could go as high as 15, 20, depending on how big they are before you sell them. Alright, I'm going to harvest some leaves and these pups down here. As I said earlier, these pups are going to be about $5 a piece once they root. So, and once they get even bigger, you can probably sell them for $10 a piece, especially with inflation nowadays. The leaves I'm going to harvest have been damaged down below, rubbing up against the bucket and getting bent, and so you got to relieve some of the weight off the top side so it can kind of help correct itself and grow upwards, not to the side, hopefully. How I harvest the pups is you reach on down, get a firm grasp, and twist and pull gently. Boom, snap, pop, and oh look, roots came with it. Excellent. I can just pot this up and immediately sell it. The aloes, I'm potting them in 50-50 mix of potting soil and vermiculite. It'll hold plenty of water, but drain easily. You don't want it to be packed. You want it to be nice, kind of loose flowing for the roots to form. After 6 months or so, these little pups of aloe here will start producing little pups of their own. You'll want to remove them. Otherwise, they will start competing with the other plant for water and nutrition. Each of those pups could be sold $5 a piece. Each of these will produce about 3 to 4 every few months. So that's about $60 to $80 a year.
You can sell these plants over on Craigslist, Facebook, or anything else.